morning, welcome to FBNC News. I'm Trinh Lê.
I'm Hạnh Nguyễn, and these are our main stories.
All travelers to Vietnam must complete health declarations.
Vietnam Airlines backup operation centers ready to combat COVID-19. Worklife in COVID-19 crisis, companies turn to working from home. According to statistics from the Ministry of Health, by 3 p.m. the 19th of March local time, Vietnam confirmed 76 cases of COVID-19. 16 cases have been cured, 60 new cases have been found, including 38 Vietnamese citizens. The other 22 cases are foreign visitors from the UK, Germany, the Czech Republic, Spain, France, and the US, who are being treated in 13 cities and provinces in Vietnam.
The Ministry of Defense has established 140 quarantine camps scattered across the country that can accommodate up to 44,000 people. There have been 6,986 people quarantined in military areas. In addition to the mandatory medical declaration at the airport when entering Vietnam, starting from March 16, all visitors must provide daily health updates at the accommodation facilities, which also be done electronically. This information will help track down visitors' schedules and their health status. After completed the mandatory medical declarations at Nội Bài Airport, these tourists continue to be guided by accommodation establishments to provide additional information regarding their journeys in Vietnam and their daily health status. According to some tourists, this declaration makes them feel secure when traveling in Vietnam.
We arrived in Vietnam 2 weeks ago. We already did our health declaration at customs on arrival. We are happy to provide any additional information if required. We don't mind at all. I have updated my information yesterday. I feel okay and comfortable to do this.
Most of the accommodation facilities in Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Da Nang and Quảng Ninh have installed the new system in which visitors' information are updated according to their passenger QR codes assigned to them at the airport. The deployment of this electronic application will be useful in updating travel itineraries of foreign visitors as well as Vietnamese returning from abroad, so that when a new case of COVID-19 is found, all information related to that patient, such as flight number, passengers on the same flight, and those who have had close contact with, etc., will be easily tracked down.
The Vietnam National Administration of Tourism says that as of the 19th of March, about 120 of 2- to 5-star hotels have registered at the quarantine camps for COVID-19 combat. Accommodation establishments can volunteer in 2 ways. They can sign up to either serve quarantined guests or to lend their accommodations to be used as quarantine camps. When signing up, the establishments must provide their special rates. Registered prices include room rates and service charges. Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, Quảng Ninh and Da Nang are the cities with more accommodation establishments signing up. All registered quarantine zones are managed and operated directly by the National Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control and the Department of Culture, Information and Tourism.
The export turnover of garment and textile products reached $5.3 billion in the first 2 months of 2020, down 3.5% year-on-year, figure recently published by the Vietnam Textile and Garment Group.
Specifically, in the total export turnover of the group, fiber exports reached $512 million, down 16%. Clothes export reached $4.2 billion, down 2.3%. At present, the supply of raw materials basically meets production demand in March and April. However, the sector is facing a lot of difficulties as the world economy is seriously affected by the COVID-19, resulting in a decrease in global demand. Vietnam's garment and textile exports fetched $39 billion in 2019, up 7.55% over the previous year, but $1 billion lower than the target. In 2020, the industry aims to achieve an export turnover of about $42 billion.
In response to the increasingly complex situation of the COVID-19, Vietnam Airlines has built backup operation centers just outside the headquarters and ready to work around the clock to deal with the disease.
The centers have full functions and resources to ensure smooth and stable operation under any circumstances. In addition to backup operation centers, Vietnam Airlines shares that they also introduced remote working and work-from-home solutions in their offices, set up an online video conferencing system to replace face-to-face meetings, to ensure continued communication, limit work disruption, and most importantly, limit cross-contamination. Vietnam Airlines has also implemented several measures to enhance health safety for employees working at the company's headquarters, like checking body temperature at the entrance, requiring 100% of their staff to wear face masks, and regularly sanitize their hands while at work.
As the COVID-19 continues to spread across Vietnam, more companies have turned to digital tools and are being flexible in their working policies, allowing their employees to work from home to contain the spread and remain productive.
And the human resources departments of these businesses even have plans for worst-case scenarios, such as lockdown or social distancing. Da Giang, our reporter, has the details.
Over the past week, Hoàng Long, Mr. Long, who works at a market research company in Ho Chi Minh City, has started getting used to working from home full-time when the company instructed its staff to do so to limit harm from the fast-spreading COVID-19. With only a laptop and a phone, he is able to carry out his work duty as if he were at the office. As per instructions, we are all working from home at the moment. This is quite a new experience, though not new for everyone, because our company had let us work from home before in some special circumstances.
So here at Nielsen, we absolutely need to put our people first. Not only are they incredibly important to us, but also we need them in order to drive our business forward now and in the future. They are important both from the perspective of being able to collect information, create interesting information and insights, and deliver that information to our clients. As such, we are taking some measures to protect them, to reduce the risk that they are exposed to the coronavirus, but also to ensure that should the worst happen, that we're able to continue to operate as a business for our clients and for the communities in which we operate.
The work-from-home concept isn't novel but has been actively applied by many companies in Vietnam since more than a month ago when the COVID-19 hit the country. But priority was initially given to employees with kids. With the pandemic hitting harder across the country, many companies have extended this policy to have functions less dependent on the office space to work from home or to have their staff work remotely on a rotation basis. We've already arranged a temporary working area in District 9 for our core staff, in case the area where our office is located is quarantined. If the whole office has to shut because someone is infected, we have our remote working policies. Many companies are of the opinion that the internet and advances in technologies have made it possible, easy even for companies to work remotely without any major issues. Although many people enjoy the comfort of their home and still being productive, not everyone likes the idea. When the company announced the work-from-home instructions, I was very excited at first, but after a while it's getting a bit boring at home. The work is not done as quickly as when I was in the office. It felt refreshing at first because I can work in the comfort of my place, in the kitchen, even in my bedroom. But then I started to miss my colleagues. Perhaps working from home or not isn't really the matter. What we want the most in our hearts now is the COVID-19 crisis to go away quickly, that our work and daily life can go back to normal.
So that has wrapped up our FBNC News today. Thanks for being with us.
Until next time, take care and goodbye.